दिल्ली की सर्दी तो आपको बर्दाश्त नहीं होती, गर्मी अच्छी नहीं लगती, और दिल्ली की राजनीति से दूर रहो तो ही अच्छा है।
I will now begin the program by requesting Shri Darshan HV, IAS. He is the Managing Director, as I said, of KITS and also Director ITBT, to kindly take the stage and deliver his welcome address.
Eldrigu namaskara. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all the distinguished guests on stage, diplomats, representatives of trade bodies, industry leaders who are present here, industry association representatives, and the members of the media. It is an honor here today to welcome all of you to this special roadshow event as we build momentum for the upcoming 27th edition of Bengaluru Tech Summit 2024. Thank you for being a part of this gathering, which serves as a prelude to one of the most influential technology summits in the world. Firstly, I would like to welcome to this event Shri Priyank Kharge, Honorable Minister for ITBT and RDPR. Thank you very much, sir, for being a part of this event. I would also like to welcome Dr. 𝗂𝗽𝗍𝗃, Secretary, Department of Electronics, IT, BT and Science and Technology. I would also extend my warm welcome to Shri Arvind Kumar, Director General, Software Technology Parks of India. I would also like to welcome Shri Shailendra Kumar Tyagi, Director, STPI. I would also like to extend our sincere warm welcome to Gurneet Tej, Resident Commissioner, Karnataka Bhavan, New Delhi. I would also like to welcome Mr. Jagdish Patankar, Executive Chairman, Active. So, the Bengaluru Tech Summit, scheduled from 19th to 21st November 2024 at the iconic Bangalore Palace, continues to be at the forefront of technological innovation, business and research. This year's theme, Unbound, highlights our ambition to break barriers, push the limits of innovation and empower the future with technology. My dear friends, BTS 2024 will focus on a wide range of areas including IT and deep tech, biotech, startups and electronic system design and manufacturing, positioning Bengaluru as a leader in these critical sectors. Today, we strongly believe that your participation at BTS 2024 can open up unparalleled opportunities for your organization or country to explore new markets, collaborate with startups, meet industry leaders and policymakers, and much more. Today's roadshow is a snapshot of what Bangalore Tech Summit 2024 will offer everyone. We are delighted to extend a warm invitation to all of you once again to join us in Bengaluru this November and make this event a grand success. Thank you very much, everyone. Dhanyavadagalu.
So I'm going to request now Dr. 𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃, Secretary, Department of Information Technology, Biotechnology and Science and Technology, to take you through a very interesting presentation that gives you insights on some of the key initiatives of the Government of Karnataka, Department of IT, as well as key highlights of this event. Over to Dr. 𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃.
Very good morning to everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. This event is not just a prelude to BTS, it is also a very good opportunity for us to interact with all of you, for you to interact with the minister, and for us to also, since we have all of you here, showcase our Karnataka ecosystem. Bangalore Tech Summit certainly brings us all together, and like every year, this year also we are hoping for a very good participation from all of you and from people across the globe. The theme of the event was just introduced by the video that we saw. We feel that, today the capacity, the potential of human intellect, of technology, and the interplay between the two, it is absolutely unbound. There are no limits. And it is this unbound energy, this unbound products of this interplay, which we are going to see and showcase at Bangalore Tech Summit. The summit was kicked off with a conversation of top CEOs with the Honorable Chief Minister. This has also become like an annual event, and This shapes up the entire ideology for the upcoming tech summit. We had this about 2 months back. Then we also met all our GIA partners, Global Innovation Alliance partners. Karnataka has about 30 plus global innovation partners. We had a discussion and interaction with them as well, and today we are meeting here. So just to take you through Bangalore Tech Summit, as you all know, many of you have been part of Bangalore Tech Summit in the earlier years. This is the 27th edition of the Bangalore Tech Summit, and broadly the summit aims to cover 5 major pillars. The trends in the technology domain, what the thought leaders have to say, disruptors and people who have really made it big in this technology domain. They give their insights on IT, deep tech, biotech. So Tech Summit is a conglomeration of all domains of technology and not just IT or not just deep tech. Business is a very, very important pillar of this event, and we have B2B meetings, we have exhibition, product launches, and a lot of opportunities for both countries to have their own conferences at the event, as well as companies to have their B2B meetings at the event. We also facilitate B2G meetings for any one of you who would like to have interaction with government and would like to start any business discussions with the government of Karnataka. Of course, the entire ecosystem rides on the strength of the talent. We not only nurture talent through our various programs which happened at the event, but also like to reward excellence through the awards which have been instituted. STPI is our partner in doing this entire event, and we would be having awards for exports, for bio, for startups. The broad spectrum, as I just said, covers business and partnerships, idea exchange. This is more like a thought leadership forum rather than an investment event. We like to showcase what Bangalore has to offer, and we know that the strength of the ecosystem is such that you will automatically get attracted to it. We, of course, like to showcase the experiences and the excellence which is there in the ecosystem. Thank you so much. We are very active on social media. These are the department handles that I have put out. We also have a dedicated social media page for social media handles for BTS. So I request you to follow us so that you know what's happening in Bangalore. Thank you so much for being such a patient audience.
To invite Director General of STPI, Shri Arvind Kumarji, to address the gathering. As you all know, STPI has been a long-standing partner of this event. I'm very happy to have you with us, sir, today.
Good afternoon. Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Biotech, Government of Karnataka, Shri Priyank Kharge ji. Secretary Department of Electronics, Government of Karnataka, Dr. 𝗂𝗵𝗲 ji. Madam Gurneet, Residence Commissioner in Delhi. Darshan ji, my colleague Shailendra ji. Really, it's immense pleasure to be part of Bangalore Tech Summit. We are partner since beginning, maybe 27 years old relationship with this Bangalore Tech Summit. First of all, I would like to welcome Honorable Minister to Delhi. I think it is his passion that all the technology development even today are taking place at Bengaluru, whether it is today everybody is talk about the biometric system, Aadhaar. I think if you see the genesis of that Aadhaar or genesis of UPI, all started from Bengaluru, because they always believe to be ahead of the curve when it comes to technology. STPI also established its first center at Bengaluru. Today we have those 65 centers. When it comes to beyond Bengaluru, we already have 6 centers other than Bengaluru in Karnataka. Those, today this is not a thing where I should speak more about the summit, it is more on invitation. I say this is actually, though many people claim this is Asia's largest event, world's largest event, South Asia's largest event, but this is actually truly a global event in the country. I must say those who have been part of the Bangalore Tech Summit, they can appreciate this, and those who have not been in the part of the Bangalore Tech Summit, they must go. I think this is a must see event, must go event, and as he says, believing is seeing. Please see and then believe it. It is what I am saying is correct, and actually it is a global event.
And now we come to the most important part of this program, and that is open dialogue with Honorable Minister. I'm going to kickstart that. Just wanted to share with you that we received some interest from the attendees to, share their comments or ask questions and all that. So we are going to do that. If time permits, maybe we'll open it also for others to, introduce themselves and do. Try to keep it as crisp as possible so that we are able to take more questions and we can trigger more interaction.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Bhaskar, for giving me this opportunity. So I am from 𝗖𝗵𝗲. We are part of the 𝗖𝗵𝗲 group of companies globally. Typical IT IAS company, but very strong foundation and technical prowess in the VSAT area. So what I wanted to, I'm sure this is being taken care as part of your agenda because I saw the trending topics being covered as one of the themes. So, and the disruptors, right? So, Indian IT typically is a services company, and a lot of it is like L1 kind of services, right? So with the advent of AI, so I wanted to understand that how as an industry, we are going to mitigate, one, the impact of AI on these services companies. Secondly, it also is an opportunity for us as an industry to come out with solutions, AI-based solutions which we can offer to the world. So probably, there can be a thread around this. Second is, when you talk about deep tech, other thought that comes to my mind is the deep state, right? So we recently heard Mr. Zuckerberg accepting the nexus between deep state and these biggies, big technology companies. So isn't it more imperative for us as a country, and also we look at the geopolitical situation, right? So we as a country, we can't depend on any other country for our own needs, wherein we talk about being self-sufficient in terms of whether it is defense, whether it is security, or for that matter, coming up with products wherein government can definitely foster that ecosystem and create those incubation centers wherein, we as an industry, we as startup community can come up with world-class products, not only for the world, but definitely for India. I think this is the high need for us as a country to be self-sufficient and lead our own way. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just take that because the government of Karnataka is extremely serious about trying to see how gravely AI will impact governance as well as the private sector also, whether it's about jobs, processes, or any other place where it's going to have a cascading effect. So in our Center for E-Governance, we already have a AI and machine learning cell where we are talking to probably everybody who is into AI. We have already had a tie-up with OpenAI. We have tied up with Llama of Meta. We have talking to IBM. We are talking to various private sectors to understand how AI can help us in e-governance with respect to processes and other things. Having said that, the other thing is more serious question of deep state and security, when us being more self-reliant in these technologies rather than importing from outside. We run a very small center of excellence for AI and robotics, which is with Indian Institute of Science. But we are mulling over a larger center of excellence which will provide skills, which will provide incubation, and which will ensure this becomes the playground for innovations, for services and products for the government or for the private sector, because this is, like you rightly pointed out, it is extremely tricky and we need to build our own system. So we also have come up with our new cyber security policy, which dabbles a little bit in AI as well. So we are extremely proactive on this, and we have already got the necessary foundations for it. In fact, Bangalore is rated as the top 5 AI cities among the top 50 AI cities in the world, and we are counted as the top 3 AI skilled cities in the world, only behind US and Germany. So the government of Karnataka intends to ensure that these skill sets are led to incubation, proper incubation and innovations, and definitely we are working towards it. So whether, like I mentioned earlier, the AI and the ML cell of the Center of E-Governance is already looking at how we can use this internally, and probably it needs a nudge across the sector towards cyber security. I think probably I will have a better answer probably in a couple of months on a framework to work around this. But point taken, we need to do this and we'll push for it.
Thank you, Minister. Ma'am, thank you very much for the opportunity. It's just great to have you here in the town, and thank you very much for the support that you provide to the IT/ITS industry. Really appreciate that. We have been participating and supporting BTS. This year as well, we will be doing that. I think the expectations, there is a lot of talk in the world right now about talent on emerging technologies. I think Bangalore has a huge capacity on that. So I think if we talk about it, there's no dearth of talking about it. People are looking for talent, and that's the number one criteria for people to look at putting their investment. I think that's one. Second, I think, is huge amount of innovation that's happening both in public and private sector. People like to hear about case studies, so we'll also be presenting some of the case studies. Our colleagues also, I think that's something that's coming as a big focus. And third is, I think, partnerships. Somebody in Europe, they would want to hear about the partnership that Bangalore and Karnataka has with respective countries. I think it gives them a sense of familiarity, it gives them a sense of that, look, we know where we are getting into. So I think these 3 points, we have already touched upon that, but that's something that I think if we can cover, that would be great. Thank you.
Skills is something that we are extremely serious about. I think there is no other state in the country right now who has set up a skill council for emerging technologies, where we are working with 9 working groups. We are talking about skill sets right from cyber security to AI to genetics and everything that is going to be the biggest disrupting technologies in the next decade or so. And we've already started with 3 of them. We are spending close to around 19 crores only in skilling in specialized technology, emerging technologies. And recently we have just a couple of weeks back, we have come up with a program called Nipuna, which is a unique program again devised by the government of Karnataka, which allows CSR funding, corporate development funding, and our funding. So it's just not, we are not talking about it, we are doing it. So we have envisioned a 300 crore plan to ensure that we have the best trained human resources in the world. We are no longer skilling for Karnataka or the Bengaluru ecosystem. The mantra is clear: skill locally, work globally. So you need to tell me what you need. If you tell me, Priyank, I need 30 people in for digital forensic reports for financial frauds, you give me the curriculum, I will train with you along with that. If Microsoft needs 100 people in AI, we will do that. If 50 people need to be trained in machine learning, natural language modules of Japanese, we will ensure we do that. So this kind of flexible programs are not there with many people. So we are building a very strong foundation of skills. On top of that, we are building incubation. On top of that, we are building innovations. On top of that comes GCCs and other investments. So Government of Karnataka is extremely clear. We are not positioning ourselves as an investment destination. We are positioning ourselves as a knowledge destination, as a skill destination. That will lead to investments. I'm not worried about investments now. It's just a matter of time that sooner or later all of you will be in Bangalore. And so we are ahead of the curve, and we intend to keep the leadership position with respect to the skills.
And with, thank you. So well said, sir. So well said. Now I'm going to request, you have a comment to make?
No, I was just making one comment. So with your assurance, sir, I was in a meeting with a US insurer last week, and their question was more towards getting skilled people specific on insurance. So I have already given a heads up to madam about this.
We are agnostic, I told
exactly.
you, right? You need people for packaging, I'm ready to deliver. You need people, data scientists, I'm ready to deliver.
Yeah.
And the other question that you asked about talking to the other countries are keen, like you just mentioned, Mr. Bhaskar. We are talking to our Global Innovation Alliance partners to have specific corridors. I don't want to be a sister city which will talk about everything. Let us have a very, very specific startup corridor with San Francisco, a water management corridor with the Dutch, so probably green renewable energy with Finnish or the Nordic countries. So very specific corridors for innovations need to be built, and we are working in that. And I think probably like how we are just talking with Finland, Poland, we are talking to every countries that is our alliance members, coming up with a specific thing. So probably in the next 6-7 months, we'll be having probably the best network for our startups to have market access in other countries, number one. Number two, great idea exchanges and skill exchanges can happen through these corridors.
Sure. JP, if you can allow, I got the GC landscape report which got launched. I want to present to Honorable Minister and the Secretary, if it's okay.
Good. So I think we had good interaction, and thank you very much for that wonderful insights from different sectors. I now request Honorable Minister to address the gathering. You would like to do that from there or from here?
Ellorigu namaskara. A very good morning to all of you. Dignitaries on stage, Shri Arvind Kumarji, Shri Tyagi, Dr. Kaur, Shri Darshanji, Ms. Gurmeet Tejji, Patankarji, and all the wonderful distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, thank you for taking time to be here. The government of Karnataka truly appreciates your time and your presence right here. I think it speaks volumes about the way the government of Karnataka functions, and we're really grateful for your presence here today. So I'll not take too long. I'm just here to briefly say what our ecosystem stands for. You're aware of the Bangalore Technology Summit that is happening recently. While Dr. Kaur is a bureaucrat, Dr. 𝗖𝗵𝗲 is a bureaucrat, so she has to showcase Karnataka, and I'm the politician, so I have to show off Karnataka. So, because it's not too long ago, Bengaluru was the pensioner's paradise, and today we are one of the most disruptive cities in the world. We are building a resilient, sustainable, and inclusive nation through technology and innovation from our state of Karnataka. You know, I'm often asked what makes Karnataka a leader in various sectors. I mean, you pick a sector, we have a piece of pie in that. We have a huge stake in that. And I think it's because we have always been breaking boundaries, and we have been unbound in creating policies. We have been unbound in tapping talent, and we have been unbound in creating and nurturing an ecosystem that is quite enviable across the nation. I mean, we have built a strong ecosystem of foundation, of a strong foundation of education, knowledge and skills that have led to incubation, research and innovations now. Take a look at our education landscape. Show me any other state that has close to around 250 engineering colleges, 70 medical colleges, 45 universities, 1,777 public and private industrial training institutions. We have the Indian Institute of Science, we have the Indian Institute of Management, we have the IIIT Bengaluru, we have NIT, we have C.V. Raman Institute, we have DRDO, we have the NIMHANS for brain research, we have National Tuberculosis Center, we have the University of Agriculture Sciences, we have the National Aeronautics Labs and Limited, we have the HAL, we have the BHEL, we have the ISRO. I mean, we are producing the maximum number of graduates for the workforce. This did not happen overnight. It has taken us a long time. Like I said, we have been breaking boundaries for a very long time now. And I think that is what has led us to being the world's 4th largest technology cluster. We are number 1 in India Innovation Index consistently. We are number 1 in service exports. We corner close to around 38% of the foreign direct investment that flows into the country. With 40% share, we are number 1 in electronics design in India. In machine tools manufacturing, we have a staggering 52% share. In aerospace and defense manufacturing, we are 65%. Bengaluru is the 5th position in the top 50 AI cities in the world. Biotech production and exports, we have a 60% share. 21% of the national bioeconomy is from Karnataka. The total base of startups in biotech is now crossed over 1,000. Only in biotech we have 1,000 startups, and just last year we had close to around 202 new biotech startups registering with us. That is almost like 1 new startup every 1.5 days, and we are number 4 in the global startup ecosystems currently. And Karnataka is the 5th largest unicorn hub in the world, only behind the Bay Area, New York, Beijing and London. 85% of funding of e-commerce marketplaces has happened in Karnataka. Just last year we have raised close to around $15.1 billion this financial year, sorry. And we lead in funding in B2B at a staggering close to around $40 billion. In B2C we have close to around $5 billion. And our closest competitor, which a lot of people think is Telangana, no. Our closest competitor is Delhi. And their B2B funding has been only $13.5 billion, whereas ours is close to around $50 billion. And their B2C is only $1.8 billion, whereas ours is around close to around $5 billion. We have 3,600 plus funded technology startups, which is the highest, that is last year. And most interesting is 25% of all the technology startups that are in Karnataka and in Bengaluru leverage deep tech. I think that is where is the most, that is a very interesting statistic, because this is where pure science is leading to actually technology that solves real life problems. And like you're aware, Karnataka is the 5th largest unicorn hub. And India has close to around 112 unicorns, which are valued at close to around $320 billion, out of which 45 unicorns are in my state of Karnataka, my city of Bengaluru, who are valued close to around $161 billion. 38% of 435 soon-to-be unicorns are from my state. We have a great ecosystem for investments in my state. We have 1,565 VC funds and corporate venture funds. We have 17,164 angel investors. We have the highest number of female employable talent in the nation. We have 1,100 active women-led startups that have been funded only in Bengaluru, and these startups have raised close to around $10 billion. And we are just not innovating in Bengaluru. Like earlier, all my colleagues did mention about how we have got this cluster-based approach throughout the state. So innovation is thriving beyond Bengaluru. The Mysore cluster has close to around 402 startups. The Mangaluru cluster has close to around 432 startups. And the Hubli-Dharwad Belgavi cluster has close to around 463 startups. And we have a program called Elevate, where we give close to around 50 lakhs as a grant to startups. The state government, show me any other state government in the country who has funded close to around 983 startups. And these startups, out of these startups, 32% of them are from tier 1 and tier 2 cities. And out of these 983 startups, 24% of the startups are women-led startups. So Karnataka is building a resilient, sustainable and inclusive state for the rest of the nation to follow. And we are strong in research and development, like most of my friends here did mention. 400 plus R&D centers, 100 plus chip designing houses, 70% of national chip designers are from my state. We are also the skill capital for the nation with 1/3 of all tech talent of the nation available here. India's share in global engineering and R&D is set to grow from $44 billion to $170 billion, and 22% of entire global engineering research and development is going to happen from India, which Karnataka is going to take the lead from. And like I mentioned earlier, we are also the AI capital for the nation. We are the second largest AI talent hub, and now we are also positioning ourselves as global leaders in AI talent and AI innovations. And the Global Capability Centers, the report that was launched by NASSCOM recently very clearly says that we are the leaders with close to around 837 GCCs and GCC units included. And the second closest again is Delhi with 370, Mumbai comes third with 300, Hyderabad comes close with 270, followed by Pune with 268 or 260, if I'm right. So the reason I am saying all this is the ecosystem is there in Bangalore. The ecosystem is because of our education, it's there because of our knowledge capital, it's there because of our skill capital, and the government itself incubates a lot of centers of excellence. So if you saw Dr. Kaur's slide, which did not have the entire landscape, because of the paucity of time, if we sit and explain what are the entire landscape of the Karnataka innovation is going to take at least half a day. So we run centers of excellence in cybersecurity, agri-innovation, data science and AI, aerospace, biotechnology, semiconductor fabless, machine intelligence and robotics, animation and gaming. By the end of this financial year, we will be having centers of excellence in health science and medical devices. We'll be having a COE for manufacturing. We'll be having one in automobile tech, wireless and wireless products. We'll have a biotech accelerator, a fintech accelerator, a gaming accelerator, and also a center of excellence in water management. And all this are not something that like I mentioned earlier, it's not something that we dreamed about. Since we interact with the industry so closely, we understand what is the way forward. So we'll also be having just not the Bengaluru Tech Summit, we also will be having the Social Innovation Summit, we'll be having the Urban Solution Summit, the Water Summit and the Circular Economy Summit, where it will not just be an idea exchange, but there will be ideas coming in from the startups or from thought leaders, and if there is a service or a product that we like, the government will be immediately ready to not only fund it but also adopt it within the government. And of course the Bangalore Tech Summit, which is the crown jewel. It's been going on for 27 years. What started as BangaloreIT.com has now it used to just be between STPI and the government of Karnataka, where we showcase to other states how good the Karnataka ecosystem is, how good STPI is at helping us with IT-enabled services and IT services exports. But what started out 25 years back, 26 years back, today has become a global event where a lot of states come to us for learnings, but also we are all expanding through our Global Innovation Alliance members. So this is probably how Arvindji mentioned, it is just not about a Bengaluru ecosystem, it's just not about STPI partnering with the government of Karnataka. This is going to be a place where the future of the nation will be showcased. This is the place where there will be people from outside the country coming in for their businesses to figure out what next they could do in India. You will be quite surprised. In the last Bangalore Tech Summit, just a couple of days before the launch, I get a call from one of the Middle East countries, the GCC countries, and they say that one delegation is coming from my country and I would love to see the startups. I said, like, look, we are extremely busy with the Bengaluru Technology Summit. I'm not sure if I'll be able to showcase all the startups that are registered in 48 hours. He said, no, you have to do something, you have to help us. We have even the minister himself coming. The idea was to see what schemes are there, what policies are there, and also to see how our startups are faring. So, well, we did something with my director IT, and we asked him to round up some usual suspects with deep tech interest. So we got in less than 48 hours or in less than 3 days, we were able to showcase to them close to around 50 to 60 startups. And you will not believe it, they were so surprised, taken aback by the kind of technology that was being built by these startups. They were ready, they funded close to around 12 or 14 of them with an average funding of $200,000. That's how that's how robust, agile our ecosystem is, and they have promised to come back to BTS this year for more shopping. So the point I was trying to make is that Bengaluru Tech Summit is a technology summit for the future. And to cut a long story short, Bengaluru's GDP is estimated to grow at 8.5% till 2035. So we will be leading from the front. The state of Karnataka is breaking boundaries to make India a skill nation, a research destination, an innovation capital, a startup hub, a manufacturing destination, and a biotech pivot that will transform lives. Trust me, we are the only city and state that is unbound and has the hunger to design, develop, and deliver innovations from agriculture to deep space, and we are the ones with potential and the resources to break the boundaries to make global impact. My government is not a government, it is a government that listens. We are learning and we are ready to adapt. We are keen to be as agile as you are. We are keen to ensure that we grow with you, and the growth will have more social impact across sectors, not only in the state but also for the nation. So without taking more time, I'd once again like to express my gratitude for your presence over here, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in Bengaluru soon. And for many of you who have not been to Bengaluru for the Bengaluru Tech Summit, I really would urge you to come there for at least 3 reasons. One is दिल्ली की सर्दी तो आपको बर्दाश्त नहीं होती, गर्मी अच्छी नहीं लगती, और दिल्ली की राजनीति से दूर रहो तो ही अच्छा है. So in English, like how we pitch, weather-wise or otherwise, we are a good state to be in. So you need to come to Bangalore Tech Summit. You need to come and engage with the government of Karnataka, and we are going to be your partners for growth in the future. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
You all know about salubrious weather, research backbone, talent, knowledge, skills, Cosmo, inclusive, so many elements that creates Karnataka ecosystem. But there is another element, and that is the leadership. Where do you find a leader who's so passionate, insightful, and engaging? Thank you so much, sir, for your leadership. Thank you so much. Also, I would like to mention here that Dr. 𝗂𝗃 Kaur is another big plus to this entire thing. She has an insatiable appetite for raising the bar and pushing the envelope. And who knows it better than probably me and all her team members. So, thank you so much, ma'am, for your leadership. Shri Arvind Kumarji, your love for Karnataka oozes out when you speak. And it is on your, it's so wonderful to really see that. Thank you so much. STPI has been a great partner, and this partnership will only grow in the coming years. You represent the international engagement for BTS. So that's very important for us. Our Darshanji, I have seen him you don't come across such an accessible person. Just the other day I was in Mysore. The way he was surrounded by startups and the way he was patiently addressing, motivating them to register and all that is absolutely unbelievable. Thank you, Darshanji, for your leadership. And of course, Shailendra Tyagi, the most silent person, but the most effective person who brings the entire STPI ecosystem to the table at BTS, developing not only a wonderful exhibition, but also curating the entire STPI IT Export Awards. So with that, we are almost coming to a conclusion, but I have a last request and a mention I must make of Srimati Gurneet Tej. Resident Commissioner, Karnataka Bhavan. Now you know, ma'am, that in the coming months there is a lot that we'll expect from you and we'll engage with you to bring the national ecosystem to Karnataka. Thank you for your presence. Thank you so much.
They have the idea of using the governor or misusing the governor's office was to ensure this happens. It is a standard operating procedure. It's a playbook that they have been doing in Delhi, Jharkhand. They're trying it in Tamil Nadu as well. They're trying it in Kerala as well. So I'm not surprised by the verdict, and we believe that there is still the Constitution of India that will protect us. They might have the governor on their side, but we have the Constitution of India on our side. So we will appeal. We'll fight it out in the Supreme Court and in the Court of the People.
So what is going to be the next step of that?
No, we'll see. There is nothing it is just permission for investigation and everything. Let's see what happens.
So are you planning to go to the Supreme Court after that?
No, we will. We will appeal. I mean, this is nothing but abuse of the governor's office. This is misusing the governor himself. The governor of Karnataka is acting like a station house officer for the central government and for the BJP.
Does the BJP welcome this verdict and say?
Obviously, they will welcome. They are the ones who are doing the misusing constitutional institutions from before. So, like I said, I'm not surprised. What happened to 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗃? What happened to 𝗙𝗵𝗄𝗃? It's going to play out in a similar fashion, where they will use every constitutional body against the constitution. Thank you.